First thing we need to do is get everything plugged in and turned on. So first we want to plug in the mixer and get it powered up. The next thing we want to do is get the speakers plugged in and get them powered up as well. And then we want to run XLRs to each speaker from the output of the mixer on the top right hand side. Once the XLRs are plugged into the mixer, we now need to connect them to the speakers. We can connect them to the A input of each speaker. Now we can make sure that the speaker is powered up by seeing the blue light on the back, and we also must make sure that the gain on A is turned to 0 dB. Now that the mixer and the speakers are powered up and plugged in, it's time to set up our microphone and our computer. When setting up a wireless microphone, we first must set up the receiver. We first need to plug the receiver in with the power. Once the receiver is powered up, we can now plug the XLR into the receiver and then get ready to plug the XLR into the input 1 on the mixer. To finish setting up the wireless microphone, we must make sure that the receiver is turned on with the power button on the front of the receiver. And we must also check that the batteries are full on the microphone. And the batteries can be changed as follows. Once everything is all turned on and plugged in correctly, it's now time to test the audio of the microphone. First thing we want to do is turn up the master volume on the mixer, and then turn up the volume that the microphone line is plugged into. For our circumstances, it would be line 1. When the lines are turned up, simply tap the microphone or speak into it to test volume. To set up audio for a computer through the mixer, we're going to use the double 1/4 inch plug that condenses down to an 1/8 inch plug, as seen here. First, we will plug it in to line 3, because this line has the 2 1/4 inch inputs. Once we have this plugged in, you can plug in the other end to the computer. Now again, like we did with the microphone, we're going to turn up the master level. Look and see which line we have it plugged into. Again, we plugged it into line 3. Now we just follow that line down and we take the volume up for line 3. At this point, if you are not receiving any volume levels, please check all of your connections and make sure everything is turned on. And this is a simple portable system setup.